Hey there, everybody. I am King 5 meteorologist Leah Pezzetti. It is Saturday, January 17th, and my goodness, it could be May 17th. It is so beautiful in Western Washington this weekend. Gosh, I hope everybody got out and enjoyed the blue sky and really nice conditions. Couple looks on this Saturday evening across Western Washington show darkness, right? It's after 6 p.m. at this point, and the sun is long gone. More than an hour ago was sunset, but still really mild conditions. You can see that especially over Seattle. Those clear skies are certainly here right now, and that's the big story as we head into the next couple of days. This is going to continue. Speaking of daylight, though, so as of right now, at the time of recording, it is just after 6 p.m. on Saturday. The sun has been set for a little more than an hour, about an hour, 15 minutes or so. So today we saw just shy of 9 hours of daylight. We are about a week away from the first 5 p.m. sunset of the year. So we gain about an hour of daylight in the month of January in Washington. It is a great month for stepping in the right direction for daylight. So not quite at that summer equinox, which is 16 hours of daylight, of course, in June, but we're getting closer. So we'll take our victories. A 5 p.m. victory is definitely one we will accept. And you know what? It is so nice out there. We have clear skies that are going to continue through the rest of this weekend and into early next week. Here is why. This ridge of high pressure has set up across the West Coast, and it's not going anywhere for the next couple of days. It's already been in place for a few days, and it is going to continue. So let me play this out and I'll show you what the next few days bring. But you can see right now it goes all the way up from British Columbia down to Southern California. So everybody on the West Coast is seeing very similar conditions. But let's let this play out. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's when it starts to break down. It weakens, it shifts off to the west. That's when we bring back the possibility for precipitation and a change in the weather pattern, if you will. So it's not until the end of next week. That means we are going to stay dry through the weekend into next week. We will bring back a little more cloud cover starting midweek, but at this point, rain chances looking zilch through Thursday. Thursday is kind of the start of the period when we could start to see some rain chances, but it looks like Friday is really going to be when that possibility of rain returns. So for now, we will embrace this dry weather, that sunshine that will persist. Unseasonably dry for January. However, one thing I want to point out to you is our overnight lows are getting much colder. We kind of lucked out a little bit in the temperature department. It wasn't that cold the last couple of days, but that is officially changing. So especially Sunday morning, you will wake up to brisk conditions. We'll talk about that more in a moment, but then of course that possibility for rain arrives in about a week's time. So it's the end of this next work week. So here's an outlook. This is Seattle, but this is true for just about everybody, especially when we look at sky cover, which is zilch. Clear skies overnight tonight. Temperatures will be in the 30s through all of our AM hours tomorrow morning. I want to point out clear skies lend themselves for colder temperatures. I've talked about this before. We'll talk about it again really quickly. But when we have cloud cover overnight, that kind of acts as a blanket and it traps warmth in the atmosphere. It traps that heating that we had during the day. So when we don't have clouds, that warmth from the daytime heating is released. So when we have clear skies, it's often colder in our overnight hours. And of course, the coldest temperatures typically arrive right before sunrise because we just spent all night long in those dark hours cooling down. So this is what we're waking up to Sunday morning across Western Washington. It is cold. Temperatures right around and just below freezing. I actually bet Seattle will get even colder than that. I wouldn't be surprised if we were down to about 34, but look at down around South Sound. Freezing or below freezing. Same thing for Western Whatcom and Skagit counties, freezing or below freezing. So get ready for a frosty morning on Sunday. We also could see some visibility issues, mostly down to the south on Sunday morning. But then the sun will come up and it'll warm up nicely. Highs for the afternoon will be in the 40s. Temperatures will stay in the 40s during the day. That's actually not that far off from normal for this time of year. This is actually technically a degree or two warmer than normal for this time of year. But let's take a look at those highs for your Sunday. Up to the north, Whatcom, Skagit counties, you are right around 50 degrees. Close to the water, pushing inland, we're into the low 50s. The San Juans are looking a little bit cooler into the upper 40s. Same thing for Island County, mid to upper 40s. Most of Snohomish County, right around 50 degrees. Water adjacent east of I-5, we'll get into those low to even mid 50s. Kitsap and King counties, same thing. Water adjacent, right around 50 degrees. Head into the foothills, head inland a little bit, and we are in the low to mid 50s. Farther south, Pierce and Thurston counties are a little bit cooler, upper 40s. We may not even scrape the 50-degree marker for many of our southern communities. Puyallup, Belfair, you have a good shot of that. Eatonville as well. Down I-5, right around 50 degrees. And then along the south coast, we're into those low to mid 50s. Up into the north coast, it's low 50s. Same thing for the Strait, and then low 50s also for Hood Canal. So it will be nice out there, but it will be a little bit on the cooler side. Another thing I want to point out is, as much as I want to celebrate this sunshine because it is so nice, especially for a little bit of mental health in January. We know that the gray skies can be a little bit gloomy sometimes. This is not what we want to see as far as our snowpack is concerned. This is the time of the year when we are building that snowpack up, and that sets us up for success into the calendar year, into the summer. We need that water supply. We need snow on top of glaciers to protect our glaciers. We need snow to then melt off. We need it to last all the way through the summer. So when we don't have any snow that falls, we're already behind as we start the spring and the summer. So we need snow. And at this point, all of these red dots that you're seeing here are indicating areas that have less than 50% percentage of normal for our snow water equivalent. So not a good sign. I am seeing some yellow and orange, which is a little bit better, but too much red, especially when we get into our central and southern Cascades, less than 50% compared to where we should be for this time of the year. So obviously I want to celebrate the sunshine and I want everybody to embrace it and cherish it. But at the same time, this is not good news for our mountains. However, one thing I will point out is that with these colder temperatures, especially overnight, that is helping up in the mountains. The freezing temperatures overnight help preserve that snowpack just a little bit. So while we're not seeing any new snow, we're getting a little bit less of that melting, and at least it's staying frozen overnight tonight. So that's some good news there. But MLK Day on Monday, looking nice. We'll have some sunshine. Any community events should be perfect. We will cool things down a little bit, especially with our daytime highs as we head into the end of the week. Friday into Saturday is when we bring back our next chance for rain. But at this point, it's not looking too major. Just a little bit of a pattern shift with that wet weather that returns.